So, again, a very warm welcome to all of you in a cold room. Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama. So, today's topic is food for soul. We are going to discuss how we are eating, we are every day trying to nourish the body. वो वीडियो खोल दो बस. We are every day trying to nourish the body, but there is something that is required for the soul. We are all living in this world. Everybody is understanding what I am saying? Okay. Everybody is understanding what I am saying. So, we are all living in this country, in this world, in this city, and all of us are trying to live in a society where we are expected to earn money, to get married, to have children, to be a successful person in life. But beyond all that, there is always an emptiness within all of us. Even a rich person, the most wealthiest person in this world nowadays is not completely, fully satisfied or happy. Everybody in this world, the most beautiful person, the wealthiest person, the most successful businessman, if you personally go to see their life, everybody has some emptiness within them. Emptiness, yani their life is not fully satisfied. We can understand this by seeing how people always want more and more and more and more. They are not satisfied with what they have. They are always craving for more and more and more and more. So this emptiness, if I ask you this question, how will this emptiness be fulfilled? If you are the most wealthiest man in the world, have you heard this saying, money cannot buy happiness? How many of you have heard that saying, that money cannot buy happiness? Okay, almost everybody has heard. And how many of you want to be rich, wealthy? Be honest. How many of you want to earn money? All of you want to earn money. And how many of you want to be happy? All of you want to be happy. Now let's use logic to understand. If money cannot buy happiness, and if you are going to spend your life trying to run behind money, will you ever achieve happiness? Yes or no? No. If money cannot buy happiness, then how will you actually attain happiness? What is the secret to attain happiness? Does anybody here present knows what is the secret?
Connection to God. Connection to God.
Okay, wow, sync. That's very nice. One is sitting in the east, one is sitting in the west. Still there's a nice synchronization. Yes, connection to God is why? But connection to God fulfills our heart of the emptiness that we are going through. Everybody is going through so much of emptiness, but connection of God fulfills. But why? What is so special about the connection of God that fulfills our heart? Does anybody know that answer? Yes.
Because we are a part and parcel of Krishna.
Very nice. He knows the philosophy. He's coming here since a long time. It's because we are actually part and parcel of Krishna. For example, if you are a small child and you get lost in at Juhu Beach, you get lost. And you're crying, you're looking everywhere there are mothers and fathers. But they are not your mother and father. Everywhere there is money, food, happiness. Everybody is happy around you. But you are crying. Why are you crying? Because you are away from your parents because you are not with your parents. Similarly, we are all living in this world. We are all trying to, be happy. Everything is around us. There is money around us. There is women, wealth, food, everything, all sorts of comfort. I am sure everybody that is coming in this classroom right now, basic comforts everybody has. Basic needs everybody has. Nobody is dying of hunger or has to work to earn their daily bread. Is there somebody like that? No. But still, we are unsatisfied. We are not happy. The reason being, we are not connected to the Supreme, or we are not connected to our real source, our real Father, our real parents. And unless and until we get connected to that source, we won't be happy. If you ask me where all this begins, the world has actually, where we are living, has gone through a lot of changes. In this world, how many of you have studied history? History, some of you might have read history. Yeah, history, Huh? Why are you laughing? Nothing. Yeah. So history of world has very clearly defined how things have been intensely affecting people, intensely changing. In India, there have been so many rulers, so many people who have come. There are Mughal rulers, there are Portugal rulers. So many people came, and because of their coming and ruling the country, they have left their influence upon our country. They have left their British rule. So much of influence we have from the British rule also, and so much of influence that has left upon us, left upon our country, right? Majority of you who are sitting in this room, they are actually wearing the Western attire, which has been influenced, which has been told, which has become a normal thing in today's day-to-day life, which has become like a normal thing. So what is completely nonsense, or what is completely abnormal, now has become normal, and we have accepted it to be normal. That is what we are considering our life to be. Our life is surrounded around this abnormality now. And if you observe the history of world, there have been many philosophers and many thinkers in the history of world. All this music and art and books that we are seeing nowadays that are published. There are many book readers in the world, like there are many fiction writers, crime writers, and so many stories people write. This is all, if you study literature, English literature, or if you study any literature, even Marathi literature, Hindi literature, you will see that slowly after certain period the literature gets changes. During 19th century it was a different style, 20th century there's a different style, 21st century different style. Even in art, even drawings, paintings, like you see this drawing, this art, this is not a very modern art. This is at least 30 years or 20 years old art. Okay, this sort of style is not anymore so much prevalent. Nowadays digital art is very much prevalent. People don't use brush or paint to sketch so much. Nowadays people use digital art, they're digital artists. So like this, slowly all fields of art, creativity, architecture, medical, technology, everything is being influenced by time, and that influences our mentality, our way of thinking, and we also flow in that thought, we also flow in that living, we also get influenced, we also get infected by that thought. Even though we are flowing in this river, even though we are getting influenced by this, and there are many, because of this influence, we develop so many unwanted desires, we develop so many unwanted dreams, we develop so many unwanted we develop desires without knowing them. We develop desires which we do not which we are forced to develop. Basically, it is something you are forced. That desire does not exist from your heart. It's not coming from your heart, but you're forced to like something. You're forced to develop interest for something. So this sort of living is happening in today's world, where you're forced to live in a certain ideology. You're forced to live like a certain person. How many of you have heard that men come from monkeys? What is the theory called? Darwin's theory of evolution. Now this Darwin's theory of evolution is taught to us in the school books in science. Is it still taught to students today? Yes. Right? So do you know this entire Darwin's theory of evolution is an atheistic theory. It is a theory which completely denies the existence of God. Darwin's theory has zero acceptance of God, and this theory is taught to students from a very young age. That is why majority of people that live in this world, they do not accept God. They do not have the mental capacity or the capacity of brain to understand that there is somebody like God, there is some existence of God. So all this subject matter can be easily understood by a person who can inquire, who can ask questions. Only a person who can ask questions can be free from this, like forced up ideology, like this mentality that we are in. A person who can ask questions, he only can be free from all this. It's very simple. We are accepting things what we think it, like we are accepting things what we are told to accept, but we can break through all this by just asking question whether is this actually true, what we are living in, whatever society we are living in, whatever we are told the ideology, is it actually true? Is it actually true that Darwin's theory, is it actually true? Big Bang theory, is it actually true? And to justify God, we have something called as scriptures. On the basis of scriptures, we can understand the existence of God. So the emptiness within our heart, which is actually slowly killing us, which is actually slowly putting us down, putting us dissatisfied, is creating a lot of doubts within us, can be fulfilled if we put God in our heart. But the art of putting God in our heart is unknown to many. Not many people know how to put God or how to connect themselves to God. It's something nobody teaches you, this art. If I ask you who is God, where is God, then majority of you will have only theoretical understanding. You understand theoretical. It is just something you have heard. Some of you are coming here from many days, so you have heard, okay, God is in Golok Vrindavan, God is playing flute, like this. You have heard, but it is practically what is the experience that we don't know. Because still there is a lot of emptiness within us. There's a lot of, we are not fully convinced. There's so much of doubts. There's so much of emptiness. This whole emptiness is actually killing us. It's slowly eating us. And that's why daily practice is what is required. Like daily we should do something that can help us to connect or to take few steps towards God. This whole establishment where we are sitting, it is not in one day. They have a saying that Rome was not built in a day. ऐसा एक इंग्लिश में कहावत है कि Rome is not built in a day. The whole practice, to understand God, it won't take one day to understand God. It's not like a magic wand that you come to temple today and you will understand God. It takes a lot of efforts. So daily there should be sincere practice You know, outside people make fun of us. Outside people, if you go, they will look at us and say, अरे ये लोग क्या धोती कुर्ता पहना है, ये कोई तिलक लगा रहे हैं, कंठी माला पहन रहे हैं. You know, they do not appreciate us. And we look at outside people and we say that अरे ये लोग देखो कैसे पैंट शर्ट पहने हैं, and you know, ये लोग भक्ति नहीं कर रहे हैं, माला नहीं कर रहे हैं. So we make fun of them. So it is like they are calling us crazy and we are calling them crazy. It is how the world is working nowadays. But we have to choose which side we are on. We have to choose where we are standing. If we do not practice daily, or we do not take some step daily to know God, we are slowly reducing our opportunity. We are losing our opportunity to know God. Many times we take things so cheaply. You can see in this picture also. The picture that is shown here, it actually shows the gradual growth of Kali Yuga. On the right hand side, you can see that the industrialization is on rise and people are watching television, and this is what is happening. Don't you think people watch television together like this in family? Children are playing and there is one small cat down there and there's TV going on, and then there is the man on the television who is smoking and who's getting money. He is getting paid because of your, watching television. And you are just, this man is shouting at the television, this woman is doing something like this. And behind all this money, where is this money going on in all this industrialization, so many cars going from one place to another. So we are all supporting to this cause, but the result is going to be this on the left hand side. And this has already happened, wars like this have already happened. We are born in an age after the war, but soon there will be one war. Like this, the war is unending. And during our age also there are tiny mini wars going on here and there. If you ask me, I saw such a horrible video yesterday. Like somebody sent it to me, one Krantikari from India. He likes to send such political videos. So he sent me one video where one in some area of Madhya Pradesh, one Naxalwadi or some group, these people, they when people are going from some road, they kidnap those people and they cut the whole flesh of the body in alive. Okay, like what they do is they tie their mouth, they tie their hand, tie their legs, cut the flesh of their body, and when they are alive, they are pulling out the kidney and the heart and I saw that. There's a live video where you can see that they are being skinned live and they are being So this is the level that demons are going to. That sort of level demons are going to. There's so many different types of demons. I saw one video, but such horrible cases must be unlimited nowadays. And we don't know because we are living in a very comfortable place. So we don't know what sort of nonsense is going on in the world. So much of cheating, people run away with money. Oh, I invested so much money with my friend and suddenly my friend disappears with all the money. So many things like that happen. And then we are clueless. And still we are taking things lightly. We think, oh, it's fine still. I have some hope. Still I have some hope. But it is not like that. There's so many people who will cheat you in future also. You're getting cheated now. But Prabhupada used to say that this whole world is made of cheaters and cheated. सिर्फ ये पूरी दुनिया धोखेबाज लोगों की है और धोखा खाने वाले लोगों की है. ये दो प्रकार के लोग ही है इस दुनिया में. एक तो ऐसे लोग हैं जो धोखा देते हैं और ऐसे लोग हैं जो धोखा खाते हैं. इस पूरे संसार का जो सिस्टम है इसी तरह बनाया हुआ है. अभी आप सुखी हो, अभी आपको अच्छा लग रहा है, लेकिन कुछ समय बाद आपको भी कोई धोखा देगा और अभी आप किसी और को धोखा दे रहे हो, लेकिन कुछ समय बाद कोई आपको धोखा देगा. ये पूरे संसार ऐसा बनाया गया है. आप इस संसार में मतलब जो सिस्टम है आज का असुरों का, उसमें आप भाग लोगे तो ये करना ही पड़ेगा. इसके बिना नहीं रह सकते. आप एक सिस्टम बताओ, एक बिजनेस बताओ जो बिना चीटिंग का है, जिसके पीछे एनजीओ का स्टैंप भी लगाया होता है. आजकल एनजीओ के स्टैंप जो बोलते हैं ना, क्या नॉन प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, हाँ, गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. एंड नॉन प्रॉफिट, व्हाट डू दे कॉल इट? एनजीओ ओनली, राइट? या anyway, non profit organizations भी होते हैं so called, but I know many where they teach students and everything, but they make profit. There are many things, there are many cheating businesses happening in today's world, and everything is known by government, everything is known, सभी लोगों को सब कुछ पता है, but we are keeping a blind eye to it, क्योंकि मेरा पेट भर रहा है, मेरे घर वालों का पेट भर रहा है, तो मैं क्यों इसके बारे में विचार करूं। ये सब चर्चा करने का मुख्य उद्देश्य यही है कि हमें पता होना चाहिए कि हम ये संसार को बदलने के लिए क्षमता नहीं रखते हैं। वी आर नॉट केपेबल टू चेंज द सिस्टम, बट ओनली थिंग दैट वी कैन चेंज इज आवर कॉन्शियसनेस। हम हमारी चेतना को बदल सकते हैं। भगवान भगवत गीता में समझाते हैं कि ये संसार दुखालय है, दुख का सागर है। इस संसार में असुरों ने राज्य जब कर लिया, तो इस संसार को असुरों से मुक्त करने के लिए भगवान ही आ सकते हैं। जैसे कुछ समय बाद कल की अवतार आएंगे, और ये सिम्टम ऑफ कलयुग है, तो कुछ समय बाद कल की अवतार आएंगे, और कल की अवतार, ये अलग अलग सिम्टम्स है कलयुग के, किस तरह से कलयुग के अलग अलग दोषों का वर्णन किया गया है। कैसे जो वेल्दी लोग हैं, अमीर लोग हैं, वो लोग का राज्य होगा, और जो गरीब है वो लोग को दबाया जाएगा इस तरह से। और जो यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है कि स्त्री और मेन एंड वुमेन विल लिव टुगेदर मियरली बिकॉज ऑफ सुपरफिशियल अट्रैक्शन, एंड सक्सेस इन बिजनेस will depend upon deceit. Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex, and man will be known as a Brahman judged by his wearing a thread. आपको समझ आ रहा है क्या लिखा है इसमें, कि सिर्फ सुपरफिशियल अट्रैक्शन के लिए स्त्री और पुरुष एक दूसरे के साथ रहेंगे, उसके पीछे कोई विशेष कारण नहीं है। और ये चल रहा है, आप देख सकते हो, इतने सारे डिवोर्स रेट्स हो रहे हैं, इतने सारे लोग एक दूसरे को छोड़ के जाते हैं। ये मुख्य कारण यही है कि हम सुपरफिशियली एक दूसरे के साथ रहते हैं। A person's spiritual position will be ascertained merely according to external symbols, and on that same basis people will change from one spiritual order to the next. A person's propriety will be seriously questioned if he does not earn a good living, and one who is very clever at juggling words will be considered learned scholar. कोई spiritual position में भी है, लेकिन spiritual position सिर्फ एक्सटर्नल सिंबल्स के आधार पर, यानी वो दिखावा कैसा कैसे अलग अलग दिखावा कर रहा है, उस आधार पर उसको स्पिरिचुअल माना जाता है। और वो अपने स्तर को बदलते रहता है, कभी वो ब्रह्मचारी है, कभी गृहस्थ है, इस तरह से वो एक जगह पे फिक्स नहीं है। ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं। इस तरह से कलयुग के नाना प्रकार के लक्षण हैं। ये हेयर स्टाइल भी कलयुग का लक्षण है, आप देख सकते हो, जिसका हेयर स्टाइल ऐसा है, और ये भी कलयुग का लक्षण है। कोविड, ऐसे ये सब श्रीमद् भागवतम के 12वें स्कंद में इसका, ये भी कलयुग का लक्षण है। लेकिन कलयुग में कल की अवतार का आगमन होता है इन सभी असुरों का वध करने के लिए। इसका वर्णन शास्त्र में किया गया है। शास्त्र समझाते हैं कि शास्त्र बहुत सारी भविष्यवाणी करते हैं, जो ये है अपौरुषेय है, यानी शास्त्र की जो भविष्यवाणी है वो निश्चित है। तो कल की अवतार का भी आगमन होगा, इसका वर्णन किया गया है शास्त्र में। इसका ये जगह पे संभल डिस्ट्रिक्ट में होगा। देखो इधर भी ये प्रश्न पूछा जा रहा है, कैन वी चेंज द फ्यूचर। तो हम समुद्र के लहरों को नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकते, लेकिन हम नाव को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। हमारी नाव जो चला रहे हैं हम, और कैसे कंट्रोल करना है, सिंपली बाय चैंटिंग हरे कृष्णा वी कैन ऑब्टेन फ्रीडम फ्रॉम मटेरियल एग्जिस्टेंस। तो काफी सरल है। अगर उन्हें पूछो वीडियो कहाँ है, वीडियो काफी सरल है। अगर हम देखेंगे तो इस संसार में हम सब फंसे हुए हैं, और यदि हम डेली प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे, डेली समझने का प्रयास नहीं करेंगे कि कृष्ण का नाम कितना महत्वपूर्ण है, तब तक हम भी इस नाना प्रकार के विचारों में फंसे रहेंगे। आप मंदिर आते हो हरे कृष्णा मंदिर में, तो ये स्वाभाविक है कि आपको कृष्ण के विषय में बताया जाएगा, लेकिन कृष्ण के विषय में जानना और सुनना और बताना, ये इसका महत्व कितना महान है, इसे समझने का प्रयास करिए कि कृष्ण के विषय में जानना ये केवल कुछ क्षण के लिए जानना नहीं है। कृष्ण के विषय में हमें 24 घंटा जानना है। एक क्षण ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए जब हम कृष्ण को भूल गए हैं, या एक क्षण ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए जब हम कृष्ण को याद नहीं रख रहे हैं। हर क्षण हमें कृष्ण का स्मरण रखना है। और ये प्रोसेस जो यहाँ बताया जाता है, जो हम सीखते हैं, इस प्रोसेस के द्वारा आप 24 घंटा कृष्ण के साथ हाँ अपना संबंध बनाए रख सकते हैं। तो एक वीडियो है जो स्वामी प्रभुपाद के इस संस्था का निर्माण करने का एक शॉर्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन बता रहा है। तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप इस वीडियो को देखिए। ये पूरा इसका 30 मिनट्स का वीडियो है यूट्यूब पे, बट मैंने एक शॉर्ट 8 मिनट निकाला है इसमें से। Thank you. First play, see where it was. सही है। You can switch off the light.
By the grace of Lord Sri Krishna, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, was born a pure devotee. In 1933, Prabhupada was accepted as a disciple by a bona fide spiritual master and ordered to spread Krishna consciousness to the English-speaking world. Then in 1965, at the age of 70, Prabhupada, a renounced saintly person with neither friends nor money, came from India to New York City to fulfill the instructions of his spiritual master. Prabhupada was destined to spark a revolution in consciousness.
आपको सुनाई दे रहा है सबको? हाँ?
To ignite a Hare Krishna explosion. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Transcendental knowledge was first spoken by the Lord Himself and has been passed down since that time from spiritual master to disciple in an unbroken chain. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, and Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In 1966, Prabhupada founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON, widely known as the Hare Krishna movement. Prabhupada translates on a dictaphone original Sanskrit and Bengali scriptures into English. The tapes are then sent to ISKCON Press in New York. The entire operation, from typing to illustrating to printing, is carried out by the Krishna devotees, all of whom serve without salary. The message is love of Krishna. Krishna is recognized as God by all the great saints and the scriptures of India. He is the all-attractive person in the reservoir Prabhupada is presenting the Bhagavad Gita as it is, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Nectar of Devotion, and many other philosophical works. From a Los Angeles warehouse, these literatures are shipped to centers in the United States and abroad. Within a few years, Prabhupada and his disciples have organized an ambitious book distribution program that every year sees thousands of tons of books distributed around the world. The Krishna devotees say that by reading these books and chanting the names of God, a person can attain God consciousness even in this difficult and disturbed age. The most popular mantra is the now familiar Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This chanting resounds from London to Mexico City, from Paris to Tokyo, from New York to Nairobi. Here in London, thousands flock to attend ISKCON's annual Festival. This festival is held in major cities around the world. Constantly traveling, Prabhupada often makes personal appearances. Here he is introduced to a New Delhi audience by the Canadian High Commissioner and garlanded by a leading citizen.
Everything that we see that is created by God. So you should at least recognize that it is God's property. But they're thinking their property. So there must be another restriction.
Prabhupada says God is great and we are very small. He is the supreme proprietor and everything should be used in his service. All living creatures are sons of God and are therefore equal. Thus Krishna consciousness is beyond any sectarian and national limitations and is the perfect peace formula. Prabhupada denounces so-called gurus who claim to be God. Such gods are very cheap. I am not God, and you are not God. We are all eternal servants of God.
Separating from Krishna, they do not know. We are part and parcel of God and Krishna. We are not in that. Everything is different.
Hare Krishna. So you got some glimpse how Prabhupada during his time influenced so much. Like we were talking about people getting influenced in today's age by so many materialistic things. But Prabhupada's very strong influence, influenced even the Western world in such a large way. So now it is like this opportunity for us to actually expand this movement. As you saw that they were distributing books, you saw the Western devotees, It takes a lot of efforts actually to take a book and give it to somebody. It takes a lot of conviction within your heart to tell a stranger about Krishna. So it's an opportunity for us now to do something. We are all young, we have so many things we don't know, so many things we should learn, so many things we should read, so many things to explore. So inquire, ask question, and see, simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one can obtain freedom from material existence. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Is there any question or comment somebody wants to ask? Somebody would like to ask any question? Yes, Prabhu.
We find the holy name, then how is that we can cleanse ourselves from the wickedness?
Something from the class, something that we discussed today. From that, if somebody wants to ask any question. Okay, thank you very much. I hope whoever is coming here for the first time or second time or third time or 10th time, if you are not practicing daily or sincerely, this center is made in such a way that you can ask questions, you can meet us, you can be friends with us, you can connect yourself more deeply, and bring some change within you. This is our request. It is not that you keep coming. You are always welcome. Please come. But it would be beneficial if you can actually bring some good change in your heart, in your consciousness. What is presented to you here about Krishna? Not that you make your own ideas. So many people here, but they make their own ideas. So not good to make your own ideas. Develop proper understanding and ask questions related to Krishna. If you have any doubts, we are always ready with the books. We answer from the books. We have got all the understanding. So kindly ask. ठीक है? So now we'll have some dancing kirtan. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Good. So we'll quietly keep the chairs aside. Okay?